heated transfers and the transfer window is still not closed, the tactical shifts between the majority of the teams in the Premier League, change of managers in some teams, of course, not the top four though, not the top four in my eyes. But listen, this is Footy Judge Mo. This is the league preview 1 day or hours before the league starts. This is the analysis of the title race that I think is going to be a four-way title race. Chelsea, Arsenal, Liverpool, and Manchester City. We're going to analyze every team, the positions, the strengths, the weaknesses of every team, the chances of every team. What you see in front of you is what the odds as of now are giving every team to win the Champions League. But maybe our opinion is going to be different. Maybe your opinion is different on who's going to finish top, who's going to finish second, because things are changing every single hours with transfer rumors and everything. But before we go on, this is Footy Judge Mo. Hit that like button, people, on this video. Let me know in the comment section what is your top four prediction so we can record it. Who's going to be in the top four? Who's going to be top? Who's going to be second? Who's going to be third? And who's going to finish fourth? Let me know in the comment section, and make sure to subscribe to the channel. If you are new people, of course, if you're new here and see your first time, make sure to subscribe. Turn on the notification bell, even if you're an old subscriber. I appreciate everyone. We are on the way to 50,000 subscribers. We just passed 40,000 subscribers. This is going to be a chill video. I want to know what you guys think. Comment underneath below. And let's start by we're going to start as it is in front of you. I actually think, and that is my opinion, that probably Liverpool have weaknesses. Probably Liverpool have a lot of strength. They added Florian Wirtz, and that is a massive upgrade from Szoboszlai in terms of creativity. They lost Darwin Núñez. I don't think that's a big loss. Of course, they lost the late Diogo Jota. May he rest in peace, of course. But they added Ekitike. There is the rumor of adding Alexander Isak. And we're going to do two kind of like scenarios. If they add Isak, who looks very close to joining them after going on a strike today, depending on when are you watching this, and without Isak currently. And let's start by the attack. There is Mohamed Salah, the evergreen, the Egyptian guy Mohamed Salah, who had a magnificent and a brilliant season last season. 47 GA last season, unmatched in the history of the 38-game Premier League. Historical season. Am I expecting Mohamed Salah to repeat the same season? Probably not. But Mohamed Salah's bad season is 30 plus GA. That is his bad season. They added Ekitike, which I think is a brilliant forward. They added, and also they have Cody Gakpo. They still kept Chiesa. Currently, as it stands, Liverpool are a little bit light in attack. Mohamed Salah goes to AFCON, of course, this season. They are light, depending on how Ekitike gels with the likes of Wirtz and Salah. Based on the preseason, they look like the team is ready to go next season. Their midfield is very good, in my opinion. Having McAllister and having Gravenberch, now they're going to play in a double pivot, and Wirtz is going to be in the 10. It's not going to be like last season. McAllister was kind of the advanced 8. Szoboszlai was kind of the 10. Now it's going to change a little bit tactically, in my opinion. There is going to be more support for Gravenberch in that midfield. And I think that is a very strong midfield with the three of them being there with Wirtz. Of course, a lot of people are doubting Wirtz in terms of numbers. They're saying that Wirtz is going to take him a bit of time. But I believe with someone that is coming with that price tag, with the repetition that he has, very technical player, amazing in creativity, brilliant vision, I think he's going to have an easy time adapting to the Premier League. The questions that I'm asking for Liverpool is, now you have removed Szoboszlai, who used to do a lot of running last season in both aspects of the game, going forward and supporting the defense. Now you're adding Wirtz. So it is a little bit different currently than the midfield that happened last season, of course. So that is a little bit different. So how is that going to fare out? How are Liverpool going to play in terms of the midfield? I believe it's going to be different than last season. It's going to be more attacking than last season. I promise you this. The midfield is going to push more higher. The midfield is going to press more. Szoboszlai was pressing. But I think now, with more attacking players on the pitch, especially with the likes of Frimpong, who I believe is a winger playing as a right back, that is going to add more quality up top. About the defense, though, as it stands, Liverpool transition against Arne Slot team is a little bit of a problem. That's why Van Dijk and Konate needs to have their A game every game. currently. Every game they need to have an A game. That's why there are people that are saying that Liverpool are light in terms of defense in depth, that Liverpool need more depth in the defense, and that's why they are targeting someone like Gehi. They signed a young Leone, the wonder kid from Parma, but they need Gehi. Negotiations are ongoing, of course, but we don't know what is going to happen. But Konate has an injury record. It's not easy, so it depends on what Liverpool do. I don't think that Konate and Van Dijk can go in every single game. They need a little bit of support, and that's why, hence, Gyökeres is an upgrade on Robertson on that left side. I believe he's a very good left back. Is it going to take time? I don't think it's going to take that much time, but I think he's not going to be slotted in. And we have seen it in the preseason in the terms of positioning. It's not smooth. It takes time to actually adapt to the line, when to step up, when to come back. If people played football, do you know that having a left back that is new and having a right back that is new, the coordination and the communication is key in terms of when to call offside, when to go up, when to press, when to stay, and when to wait. And that is why having someone like Van Dijk on top of his game is key. A lot of people are doubting him. I'm not. I think Van Dijk is arguably the best defender in the Premier League now. And that is why you never doubt Virgil van Dijk. And you never doubt the backline of Liverpool. They're not the best backline currently, but they're very, very good. I think the factor is Mohamed Salah. If they don't sign Isak, if Mohamed Salah is not having a good season, Liverpool are not going to have a good season, but I can't doubt him. The Egyptian king is here, and he's always scoring goals and assisting and creating chances as he did last season. The second team that people are talking about, of course, it's Arsenal. The pressure is on them. The pressure is on them because the manager has been there for a while. You got to be honest. He hasn't won the league or the Champions League. A big club like Arsenal must win. Have they addressed the holes that they have in the team? Most of them have been addressed. The striker position now, I'm going to start there because I actually believe there will be a little bit of a competition between Kai Havertz and Victor Gyökeres. Kai Havertz is going to have a fire in his belly. Kai Havertz, the wonder kid from Germany that we remember back before he signed for Chelsea, was highly, highly rated as the next big thing in Germany. He didn't work out for him as much as Chelsea. Arsenal took him. He had a season that is okay. In the second season, he was injured for the second half of the season. I believe having someone like Gyökeres there, apart from Gyökeres adding that number 9 feeling to Arsenal in terms of crossing, in terms of things, I genuinely believe that Kai Havertz is going to play a massive role for Arsenal this season. He's not going to just be a bench player. He's going to play a big role. And I know that you can't believe that I'm praising Havertz, but we know that he's a talented player. But I think one of the problems is that he didn't have that much competition at Arsenal. There was pressure on him. I don't think the pressure is on him at all now. The pressure is going to be on Gyökeres to deliver because people are saying 20 plus goals. Now Havertz is going to be off the bench or he's going to start some games. I believe he's going to have a good season, believe it or not. Kai Havertz with Arsenal. Zubimendi is an upgrade on Thomas Partey. You're never going to convince me that Zubimendi, who is younger and more fit than Thomas Partey, is not better than Thomas Partey. He has better vision. I believe his defensive numbers are so underrated. People overlook the defensive attributes that he has because he can pass the ball left and right. And I believe that midfield is solid. The problem for Arsenal, which is now coming the problem for Arsenal, is the creativity through the middle. Is Martin Odegaard being there? Everyone knows that Martin Odegaard, at his best, he's one of the best creative players in the world. Right? Numbers don't lie. 2 seasons, Martin Odegaard was on the top of the charts on chances created. But last season, he was injured and he had other things going on and he didn't have a good season. But listen, it all depends in that midfield on Martin Odegaard. And currently, Arsenal, as it stands, they're not signing Eze. They might sign a left winger. So Martin Odegaard, the competition is in one area. That is not good enough competition. Not because Nwaneri is not good, but because Nwaneri is a youngster. Odegaard is the captain. Odegaard is not going to be benched right away if he doesn't play well. He's going to be given a chance after a chance. This is why I think someone like Eze was essential for Arsenal, to give competition for Odegaard, to step up, to play his best game. That Bukayo Saka is a given. I believe Bukayo Saka is going to have a good season. He's going to have a very good season. People are going to try to banter him. Bukayo Saka always delivers. You always put him on the pitch. Bukayo Saka gives you chances, gives you goals, gives you everything on the pitch. He's the go-to man. He's a star boy, as they call him at Arsenal. That is why I'm not worried about that right side for Arsenal. They signed Madueke, he can be the backup for Saka, but also a lot of people are saying the left side. Now comes the biggest weakness of Arsenal. That left winger side. Trossard and Martinelli, not good enough. It has been long waited for Martinelli to go back to his best. That has passed. It was 3 seasons ago, in the 22-23 season, where he had 20 plus GA. And he hasn't been playing good since then. That's why a lot of Arsenal fans were asking for a left winger. But the left winger hasn't arrived yet. And the Premier League is starting. I'm not saying that they aren't going to sign one, but it looks like they're trying to offload someone first before signing a left winger. There are people that are asking for Madueke to start on that left side. That is how desperate some fans are. That they think Madueke is going to give them a spark on the left. And Madueke is not a bad player. I like Madueke. Do I think he's a starter for a Premier League winning team? Do I think he's a Premier League winning material as of now? No. Can he prove me wrong? So. It's not given. So, Arsenal, that left side. But I'm going to repeat, and I'm going to tell Arsenal fans, and I'm going to tell you, there is no team that won the Premier League or won trophies that is complete. Arsenal have a back line that is arguably the strongest in the world. Currently, there is no back line that is stronger than Arsenal. The back four are phenomenal. In Timber, Gabriel, Saliba. And even I like Maislo Kelly. But even if Calafiori plays, that is a brilliant back line. They have other options as well. Ben White can play on the right side and Timber can play on the left, which makes it even stronger defensively. They are all good on the ball. Every single one of the Arsenal backline is very, very good on the ball in terms of driving, passing, and vision to go forward with the passes. David Raya, brilliant goalkeeper with his feet. Do Arsenal have a chance of winning the league? Yes. Are they favourites to win the league? No. But if everything goes their way, if things are going their way, Arsenal can win the league. The potential for them is very strong title contenders if things swing Arsenal's way. We know that last season they had massive injuries. And this cannot be overlooked. Right? Yes, we can analyze Arteta's tactics and everything, but they had massive injuries. And that plays a big factor. If Arsenal stays fit, I think they are very well in their right to actually go and say that we have a big chance of winning that title. The window's not closed. We're going to keep an eye on what Arsenal sign, of course. But the injuries as well. Manchester City. Number one, Manchester City currently have the best striker in the world, in Erling Haaland. They have Rodri, who is injured. I don't know if Rodri is going to come back the same. We have seen him come back and get injured again. They say he's going to come back in September. So they're going to start the first 3 games with Nico Gonzalez probably as the DM. Is the City team good enough to win the league? I am not sure though. It depends on the creativity. It depends on how shaky. There is a lot of ifs. And why? And people are going to say you are biased against City. I'm not. I think City have the best manager in the world. And if anyone can find the right combination for the team to perform the best in the league, it's the best manager to ever coach in leagues. It's Pep Guardiola. The best manager in creating systems with the players he has. That is Mr. Pep Guardiola, the guy that changed football, probably for the foreseeable future. The reason why, maybe people say, but Mo, why don't you have the same energy for Shirky as you have for Wirtz? I'm saying the difference is Wirtz won the league with Bayer Leverkusen. He's a German international. Yes, maybe the age is the same, but the experience is different. Wirtz has the winning mentality that is winning the league, winning the Bundesliga player of the season. Shirky hasn't. And I believe that it's much harder for any midfielder to come and be embedded in the Man City system under Pep Guardiola than any other system. History tells us this. There is no midfielder that came to Manchester City and instantly had an impact. Even Rodri himself, it took him a little bit of time to settle and actually be that good of a Rodri as we see now, the Ballon d'Or winner, the best DM in the league, and arguably one of the best DMs we have seen in modern era. That is why I'm a little bit hesitant. Reinders, I'm not worried about him. He's athletic, he's good, he's amazing. And I watched him play with AC Milan. Fantastic and a phenomenal player. Again, Reinders is different. Reinders is direct. He's not a position-based player. That is why I think Pep Guardiola might change his system. The goalkeeper is a question as well. There are no questions about the attack of City. City will score goals. City will always score goals, regardless if they sign Rodrigo or not, by the way. I know that Marmoush and Haaland will score goals. Haaland's bad season will be 20-plus goals. I'm telling you from now, it's 20-plus goals. Marmoush, 15 to 20 goals at least. So the goals is not the problem. It's the balance. It's the balance of that midfield without Rodri. Rodri comes back, conversation is changing. They sign Rodrigo and they sell Savinho, conversation is even changing more. Because I believe that that front line can outscore every single opponent that City will face. Even if City concede goals in transition, that front line will outscore the opposition. So I can't rule out Manchester City of winning the title. Do I believe they are third favorites? Yes. Are they the underdogs? Yes. And I know that people would think that's an insult to Manchester City. They are the underdogs in my eyes. Because I believe no one is putting City ahead of Liverpool. Some people putting City ahead of Arsenal. Currently, without Rodrigo, I believe that City are behind Arsenal. There are too many factors there. They don't have a right back. Nouri is new on that left side. He's a very attacking fullback. Where is Gavardiol going to play? Apologies. Where is Gavardiol going to play? Is he going to play centre back? Yes, probably, because Nouri is going to be a left back. How is the chemistry going there? The goalkeeper, if Donnarumma comes in, he's not good with his feet. Will Pep Guardiola change his tactics to suit someone like Donnarumma? We have seen it in pre-season when Rangers drop deep, try to collect the ball. There is Nico Gonzalez as well. I believe that Rodri solves the majority of the problems at City, that midfield, because his experience, his leadership will lead the rest to look good. That's why they need Rodri. That's been seen last season. And for the people that are taking City as last season, remember that City had a lot of injuries last season. Centre backs all were injured. Rodri was injured all the season. And that is why they didn't look good. Foden was injured as well. Is he going to go back to his best? What is his best? Leading City to a title? Maybe. But I can't sit here and tell you that Foden will go back to his best. Because there is Shirky. Bernardo Silva is the captain. Is Foden going to start every game? I don't know. And nobody knows what Pep Guardiola thinks. But you can never ever rule out Pep Guardiola of creating the best system and the perfect system. He's the genius in this. If anyone is going to utilize City, it is Pep Guardiola. The last team we're going to talk about, of course, is the Blues, the London Blues, the Club World Cup winners, world champions, as they like to call themselves. There's a massive problem. I'm going to start with the problem, by the way, because there's a lot of positives about Chelsea. There's a massive problem. It's called Colwell being injured with ACL and out for the rest of the season. Currently, they have Hato. There maybe Chalobah. Disasi is not going to play, of course. Disasi. There is Tosin. Fofana, nobody knows where he is. Kukurea has been settled. He's one of the best left backs in the league currently. Reece James has been fit lately. He's one of the best right backs in the league currently. The two centre backs is a big problem. Who's going to start? Is Tosin and Chalobah good enough? Is Hato good enough to start as a centre back, or he's going to be the backup left back? I don't think the goalkeeper is the problem. I know that you disagree with me that Sanchez is a problem. I don't think he's a problem. Improved massively lately since April or March. So I don't think that is the main problem. However, I'm going to say that they have the best DM in the league currently with Rodri being out in Moises Caicedo. That he can provide the shield in front of that defense, along with Enzo Fernandez, who has improved massively in terms of all the aspects of the game, to be honest. Going forward, he has been creating, he has been scoring, has been assisting. And defensive-wise, he has been contributing defensively, Enzo Fernandez. That's why I'm putting Chelsea's midfield is the best in the league currently as it stands before the ball is kicked. So that is, like, this is where I am now currently with Chelsea. This is where I am. I think Cole Palmer is an enigma. Cole Palmer is a maverick. He can win them games by himself. The wingers, I've seen Gittins, brilliant, very good. End product, questionable. Estevao, a team player, young, looks so well embedded within the team. So, but are they all difference makers on the wingers? Do they have a Saka on the wing? No. Pedro Neto is okay. He's not amazing. However, having Joao Pedro and having Delap up top will actually solve a massive problem that Chelsea had last season. Because a lot of people say that Chelsea fell off. They fell off in terms of results, in terms of maybe defensive tactics sometimes. But they had a big problem in that team last season when they didn't win games. They weren't scoring the goals they were creating. Because overall, Chelsea are still the second team in chances created last season. If these chances were converted, Chelsea would have been higher on the table than the end of the season. Cole Palmer still created chances. Enzo Fernandez created chances, but nobody was there. At some point, they had Neto up top. So you got to be honest when you're analyzing Chelsea and say that Yes, they fell off in the middle of the season, but they didn't have a striker. And the team is new. It's not like Arsenal. Arsenal are well set within themselves. They had the same coach for years. Chelsea had a new coach. He was trying to figure it out. And I said that maybe Enzo Maresca was not good enough at then to figure it out. And he still was not good enough at that time, but he's learning, and he learned. And we watched Maresca learn his lessons and try to tighten the defense. And he's okay with winning the 1-0s. He's okay with winning the 2-1s. He doesn't have to go all-out attack. He learned that. And he learned that the hard way because he was going all-out attack and he was getting hit in transition. He's learned that. Every single player at Chelsea now, they go back, they defend compact, and they do pretty damn well in terms of defense. We have seen them keep clean sheets in the last 8 games, especially in the Club World Cup. We've seen him against PSG being very good defensively, and Sanchez is playing a massive role with his saves. So you can't rule out Chelsea because you remember, Arsenal went from 5th to challenging for the title. I'm saying that Chelsea are the dark horses. They have the outside chance of winning the title, but don't be amazed if Chelsea finish higher than what you think. They finish 2nd or 3rd. Don't be amazed. And I wouldn't be surprised if that happened, to be honest, with Chelsea. Especially if they sign a centre-back. That is a key thing that they need to address probably in the next 3 weeks in this window. A centre-back, or 2 weeks. There are 2 weeks left in this window. My final prediction, and that can change within the transfer window. And we're going to do another one at the end of the transfer window. I believe that Liverpool are favourites. Arsenal 2nd, City 3rd, and Chelsea 4th. But do I believe that each one of them have a chance of winning the title? Yes. The percentages in front of you, these are the betting thing or the predictions or the AI predictions. I didn't make these, right? But the close between City, Liverpool, and Arsenal, 23% to 33% for Liverpool, between City and Liverpool. That can change. And also injuries can change that. Red cards, referee's decision can change this. So you don't be amazed if things are changing within the season. But logically speaking, this would be the final table of the league, depending on still the transfer window. Make sure, guys, to let me know in the comment section, who do you think is going to win the league? Who do you think are favorites? Give me your percentages as well. And hit that like button if you're here, and subscribe to the channel if you're new. And I will see you guys in the next video.